Hello YouTube, back again with another video. I'm going to be doing a dueling book weight video, but it's not going to be a custom duel, it's going to be a non-custom duel. As you can see from my hand, I'm playing Adignisters, which just happens to be a Cybers deck that utilizes like different summoning mechanics besides link monsters in the extra deck. And starting off, I use Lady Debug's effect, but he manages to chain, negating Debug's effect for search. And it's still my turn. I'm pretty sure I can still be able to link summon, but I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do before I decide. So let me just fast forward here. Yeah, he's actually playing TrapTrix, by the way. And I do use Ashes against him, since I already used the hand trap last time. So I may as well pay him back. Although the things I don't have to worry about, yeah, he'll be playing a lot of set cards, but at least had he managed to summon a really strong board, then maybe he would have had a chance to kill me. But even though it doesn't seem like I'm on the safe side yet. But again, I also have to come prepared when dueling, because even if they don't match summon a bunch of monsters, they can still manage to kill you. But I'll link summon, so just to see what he's up to, I'm gonna have to link summon Lingaribo, and I'll normal summon Pickery, adding Nister for the search effect, and then I'll play it. And then I'm wondering if he has a response, even though I already know his face downs. Even before, like at hand, I do know now, but before I didn't, because the game was not being recorded. Because I made sure, like I said, I made sure to keep it on replay, have it saved, so it'll be a lot easier when I review it, and then be able to showcase it on top of having to explain the cards to you guys. But from now on, I'm still going to be able to search, and I'll use I Love Fusion. So not only does it, like I said before, it doesn't utilize just link monsters, it utilizes fusion, exceed, synchro, and ritual monsters. But I don't use the ritual monster because you have to, as ritual monsters don't go in the extra deck, they go into the main deck. So it can tend to make my hand a lot more brickier. So and then he'll play Time Space Trap Hole, but then I'll negate with Lingaribo, which is a very smart move. But I'm not, and then I try to remind him that I Love Fusion can also fusion. I'm using his Link monster with one of my Cypress monsters, and I'm waiting for him to confirm. Yeah, let me just fast forward because things will be a little slower here. So he gets it, yeah. He's got the point. And then I'll attack him directly for 23. Should be good. I still have a face down. Alright. He normally summons a Myrmilio. I'm guessing his search is, and I'm right because I have another Ash Blossom. Lucky me. Imagine if I did not draw into a second Ash Blossom. Odds are I wouldn't be able to chain to his effect. I wouldn't have any response. Because that's actually the only hand trap that I play in my deck, so I made the second one a lot worth it, just being able to use that effect and activate during his turn for my hand. Because imagine if I didn't have anything else, I wouldn't be able to stop his Myrmilio's effect, and it would be able to resolve. So this is where he's possibly going to an Exceed summon for Castell, but then I'll be able to chain with Lingaribo and its effect, to special summon it, and then he's taking the time to read and understand Lingaribo's effect to make sure I'm not cheating, which I'm clearly not because it's a quick effect, as you can see here. I'm waiting for the green light now, so let me just fast forward. He attacks, and then during damage calculation, I play Tie Strike. Both their attacks do become equal, and then we actually lose life points equal to the destroyed monster's original attack, as you can see here. So I'm letting my opponent know so he can understand the full effect. And I only take 300 because Lingaribo only had 300. This is definitely a pretty powerful card, depending how you use it. Let's fast forward. This should be game mode. Yeah, no, I'm going off. So but he still has a trap regardless. This is definitely strong enough, so give me a moment. Give me a moment. So obviously I play Silent Mining. I discard Island for obvious reasons because I can activate from the grave to be able to place it back. He plays Lancia, which pretty much screws me over, but then I'm trying to figure what else he has in store for me. I still play I Meet You because I want to get to the search as much as possible, even though me taking 2300 afterwards, because it all depends on his next draw. So I'm pretty sure even if he draws into monster after, he reminds me, yeah, my mistake. Yeah, the revealed monster. That's where I kind of screwed up. But then I had to figure out that I was in the wrong. So I do take the 23, but it does become worth it after. So yeah, I think even if he master draw monster, if it surges, then yeah, I could probably be in store for something else. But good thing he didn't. I'm assuming that okay, it's a parallel exceed. So for me, it's most likely game. Look at my hand already. Look at this. This is already a game for me, so you know what's gonna happen. I don't need to explain too much. And Island activates, places itself onto the field. And this is where I go off because I have to get rid of my monsters in the main monster zone to be able to link summon stuff. To be able to special summon monsters from my hand that are cybers. I mean, specifically add Ignister monsters from my hand, but they have to be different attributes because the more you can only use them more often, like as long as it's a different add Ignister monster with a different attribute. So what I mean different is that like it's to make the card less broken, and you can only special summon Cybers monsters. Because imagine if I just keep constantly summon the same Cybers monster from my hand, even though hand is not as like dangerous compared to having cards in the graveyard, but like they want to make sure it's like you don't always constantly special summon monsters from your hand. So in tangent, it's that like you have ways of trying to limit your special summons and be able to summon out other monsters rather than the same monster over, because it just becomes completely degenerate in ways that the card itself needs to be fixed, and it's already been fixed. And then we already know what happens. Dark Infant, which is another island. Even though I already have one on field, I'll still be able to special summon Doyon. I retrieve one of my monsters from the grave that are Agnister. He reads its effect. Let me fast forward here. He confirms that I can use that effect. I'll be able to link summon to a link 2. Give me a moment here. For Splash Magician or Splash Mage, whatever you prefer to address him as, you'll be able to use the effect. Fast forward here. And then probably go into Transco Talker, which I'm correct. And then be able to special summon Splash Mage back from the grave to the field. And then go to another link 3 for the Phoenix, and that should be good. He admits defeat. I hope you guys enjoyed the duel, and I recommend that you do watch my other Yu-Gi-Oh videos if you are interested, so you can be able to improve and be able to have more knowledge. And this is just simply not just showcase, but so you guys can have a better understanding how I play these decks and how I utilize these strategies. Maybe something maybe you're not possibly familiar with, but again, be sure to check for more upcoming content later in the future. Be sure to check your notifications, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you.